My man Rich.
My man Paris, what's up?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing well, man. How about
That's
you?
good. I'm doing well. I'm glad we could do this again. The first time around, we had some technical difficulties, and we are hoping and praying that it doesn't reoccur.
Yeah, was that the first one you tried doing video on, or
Yeah, it was. It was. It
I,
was.
I saw you put one out, so I see you got it. The
Yeah.
kinks worked out.
Yeah. But hey, everything happens for a reason. So this is part two, or not even part two. This is a reestablishment of
Take
part
two.
one. But
Part one, take one. Take two.
yeah, there we go. Part one, take two. But yeah, man, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Just enjoying my day off. Got a busy week coming up. A lot of work, a lot of things.
Film work or just
Just like random video work,
oh,
shooting for
okay.
people and stuff like that. Just some stuff to pay the bills.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I feel you. And what is that exactly? That you do? You said you work for a company that you do videography for?
No, I just do freelance stuff. So if
Oh,
anybody
okay,
needs
okay.
anybody, they can give me a call, and
Got you.
if I'm available, I'll come do it.
Got you. Well, that's perfect. Have you done anything that you would like to share that may have been for a specific person or a group or uh,
Well, just like random freelance and stuff.
yeah.
I've worked on a music video for this band called Ghost Towns. They're pretty big. I guess they're touring Europe right now with the Rolling Stones, so
Oh
that's
wow. Yeah, that
like
is
a big
pretty
deal.
dope.
Um, but just, other freelance stuff like that. Like projects that I'm working on, like seriously recently though, I just shot a pilot for a series called Swipe. It's about kind of like internet dating and how it can be kind of goofy and peculiar and kind of weird for some people. uh, People getting used to it and finding their way through like a love life, that kind of way. So like I said, I DP'd on that. Excuse me.
Mhm.
And you can check them out at Swipe Series on Instagram. It's in post production right now,
Okay.
um, so it's not out yet. But if people are interested, they can follow on Instagram or Facebook, and hopefully there'll be a trailer out or something soon. We can start seeing how it's looking.
And this is called Swipe.
Yeah, like
Swipe. Got it. All right. Well,
yeah,
you heard it here
kind of.
first, guys. Follow them on Instagram at Swipe. Is there any underscores or anything?
It's just Swipe Series, one word.
Swipe series. All right. So, Rich, I got a question for you, man.
I hope I got an answer.
Yeah. What is your biggest inspiration and why?
My biggest inspiration um, in life, it's my mother. Uh, she grew up kind of raising me as a single parent, so uh, I get a lot of inspiration from that. Um,
Hmm.
that's like the real answer. If you want like an artsy fartsy kind of answer,
No, I always want the real answer. Um,
yeah,
and this is a platform that praises the mothers because I love my mother so much. So anytime someone comes on and they, uh, you know, um, praise their mother in such a high regard, we send shout outs to the moms. So
oh
shout
yeah,
out to Rich's
shout out
mom. Um,
Deb,
yeah, Beb,
Deb, Debbie,
Debbie.
Deborah,
Okay, solid,
yeah,
solid. Well, we Coffee Crew sends an espresso shot to Miss Deb, Rich's
and
mom.
and
Yeah.
Miss Drew as well.
Oh, appreciate it. My God, my God. So that's awesome, man. That's
She
awesome.
raised a good guy. So
I appreciate you, brother. Likewise, likewise. Um, so did you bring any coffee today? I have to ask that.
it's a little late in the day for coffee. I brought water. Plus,
About water? Okay.
not to get into too much crap, but doctor told me to lay off the coffee because
Ah,
I got some
really?
like acid reflux type stuff. So
Okay.
gotta take it
Well,
easy.
I will drink.
Coffee crew in spirit though, for sure. Well, you got some
Yes.
coffee right now?
Yeah, I got a little something, something. Got a little something, you
What
know.
kind are
Uh,
you drinking? You like the Colombian stuff, the real?
well, actually, we got this African brew from Trader Joe's.
Oh
So
yeah,
yeah, that's probably the my favorite one that we've gotten.
I love
Um,
coffee, man. Like I said
yeah,
though, you
no,
just said delay. I drink like 6 cups a day easy.
no, I know. I'm a witness. Every time we were on set, you had about 3 or 4 coffees. So and that was my next question. What?
Gotta keep the energy up, you know.
Right, exactly.
Can't
And
be.
kind of to piggyback, was it filmmaking, which we'll get into? Was it filmmaking that inspired your love for coffee?
Not necessarily. I would just say I'm a naturally a pretty tired person, so more necessity than anything.
Got you.
And then that started my love for it, and then I kind of grew into appreciating the flavor of it and all that
Yeah.
stuff. And then it betrayed me and
Uh,
gave me gave me stomach problems, so
sheesh.
I had to cut it loose, man.
Sheesh.
Not bad stomach problem. I'm fine. It's
All right.
just
Well, that's good. That's good.
you know
I kind of lost my little thing. I was. What in the world?
your
Okay.
notes. What'd you
No,
lose?
not my notes. I like to fiddle with things while I keeps me calm. Keeps me calm. But
Are you an anxious person?
yeah. So I've recently discovered that I have anxiety.
I do too, man. Hey, welcome to the club.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a weird thing, man. Like, so I'm gonna be transparent. Like, even now, I'm feeling very anxious. And I think it's because, one, I want this to go very well. Like, I don't want to go through any technical difficulties. I want this
Yeah,
all to be, because I'm such a perfectionist. And
yeah,
and then I think that I'm a little claustrophobic with my whole setup. Um, but yeah, but we're good. We're okay. But yeah, I've recently discovered that I'm dealing with a lot of anxiety um, issues. You know.
yeah, man.
Um,
I get the same way. And the way the
yeah,
world is right now, everything's so crazy. It's hard not to get anxious. So
yeah.
you don't
How do
gotta
you?
be
How?
anxious here, man.
Yeah,
You're among friends.
exactly.
We've known each other how long now?
Yeah. Oof. I think we first met in 2014.
Yeah, that
2014.
sounds all
Is that
right.
right?
2014, 2015. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, man. But before I wanted to know, like, what is it that you do to kind of deal with your anxiety, or to cope with your
Uh,
anxiety, I should say.
um, the medical marijuana helps.
Okay.
But no, I like breathing exercises. Um, I find that really helps. Just kind of taking a minute to kind of like remove yourself from the situation and just internalize for a minute. Like I
Yeah.
said, deep breathing exercises, kind of like touching things around you just to kind of
Mm.
ground yourself.
Okay.
Just taking a minute and like slowing down.
Yeah.
That's really what I find helps the most. But you know how it is, man. Sometimes it's just like,
Yeah. Yeah. It's so weird because, like, before you came on, I was really good. I was everything felt fine. And then once you were like, I'm ready, I was like, oh my God, okay. But yeah, man. But also my wife has also said that, once you acknowledge that it is anxiety, that's
hmm
like half the battle, and I've realized that's helped. Like, realizing, okay, this is anxiety. It's not my asthma going crazy. My asthma's fine. I got the tools to help, with that. But it's just acknowledge that you're feeling anxious in moments that you don't necessarily need to feel anxious in.
yeah, that's
So
all
yeah,
it is. It's mainly it's all
yeah,
kind of a mental game, and it's just about calming yourself down and
yeah,
hopefully other people
man,
realize that it's like not that big of a deal.
yeah. I
Talking about
mean,
it and talking about it helps a lot too.
yeah, no, that's so true. That's so true. And I think the last episode that I had, an anxious episode that I had, was I was on set, pretty big project.
Oh,
And I'll
oh,
tell you
mm,
off air what it
oh,
is.
okay.
Um, and I was in hair and makeup, and like I started to feel like super anxious, bro. Like I overheard, the makeup artists that were talking about something unrelated, and that was getting me very like nervous, anxious, and things like that. And then I was in the chair, and the hairstylist at the time, he put a cape over me, and I started to
Oh,
feel like,
careful! You don't want to say any. You don't want to give away too
oh,
much.
yeah, yeah, true. Like, so yeah, I was in the hair and makeup trailer, and I was just feeling anxious. And no, I wasn't gonna go into what people were talking about or anything, but just I felt like this huge weight just come over me. My head, I started feeling pressure in my head. Heart started beating super fast, and I'm like, yo, what is going on? And I'm like, Paris, don't you freak this up. This is this is a great opportunity you just got. Like, calm down. So I think what I did was I asked for water, because I also
Yeah,
heard that water is a good suppressant of it as well. And the whole day, man, like I had to make a conscious decision. Like, you're gonna have to let this do what it's doing, because you know you can't get released from set because you're being looked at as a lunatic. You know
yeah.
what I mean? Yeah.
I don't think
So
it's like that though. But
yeah,
the one thing to definitely think about is like normally whenever you get something like that, it lasts for about 15 minutes and then kind of goes away, which is
yeah, yeah,
kind of something to focus on. But yeah, man, I get it, and
yeah,
my heart starts like
yeah.
racing
Wow,
like
man.
jackrabbit. I get all like sweaty as I feel like I'm like out of it. That's the same thing. It's so you're not alone.
Well,
Welcome, like I said, welcome to the club.
yeah, man. I mean, well, then that my next question is: do you think coffee, all the years of drinking caffeine, do you think that's like,
I think it can.
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know exactly what triggers it. I've
yeah,
heard the caffeine can do it for some people, not for some
hmm,
others. Like the coffee never did it for me. I still drink like iced tea from time to time, so I'm still drinking
yeah,
caffeine. And that doesn't really. It's just life
yeah,
weighs on you sometimes, man. You just need to
yeah? Just
roll with
let
it.
life do what it's. We have to let life do what it's gonna do. You know, and that's what I'm slowly realizing too. Because like, not everything we can control.
Right.
It's out of our hands. But I want to ask you something, man, because I have this layout of what we can talk about, but I want to know what you want to talk about today. I don't
What I
want to
want to talk about.
assume, yeah, I don't want to assume that you always want to talk about film. You always want to talk about movies. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I love movies, though. I don't.
yeah, okay, maybe there's something that, because I was taking a look back at the footage that we got last episode, and I was like, dang, I felt like I just like overwhelmed him with the amount of filmmaking esque questions I had, and it's like, okay, no, no,
No, I didn't feel overwhelmed, man.
okay,
I'm
okay,
just happy to talk.
yeah, all right, we'll bet. First of all, thank you for like opening up the door to speak about anxiety, because it is a thing, you know what I'm saying, and it is something that majority of the world deals with, and don't even know that they deal with it, or are going through it,
Yeah.
but I because I've been noticing the symptoms of it, I just wanted to take a moment to let everyone know that if you are someone who's going through anxiety, Rich and I understand. We're here with you, and we going through it together. Because it's a real thing. It's a real thing. One, I am somebody who overthinks a lot as well, so that doesn't
Oh, me
help.
too.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah, yeah, the whole
Yeah,
thing, man. It's just like it's not. I guess there might have been like a stigma around it before, but I think people are at least opening up now to like mental health and awareness of that kind of thing. And
yeah,
I'm open about it because I hope like my friends would be open with it about me,
yeah,
or to me about it, whatever. Uh,
yeah,
so yeah, just talk to people if you need to. That helps a
yeah,
lot.
man. Yeah. So going back to when we first met, that was 2014 or 15. Um, we met on the film scene. We went to Point Park, ladies and gentlemen, Coffee Crew. We graduated from the same university, Point Park University in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I
Quick
studied
note:
theater. Oh, oh,
I looked on my I was going through my Facebook memories, and
Yeah,
whatever it was, however many years ago today is when I got my diploma or what my degree in the mail. So
yeah,
diploma, my degree
hey,
in the mail.
yeah,
So
yeah. Oh wow,
I guess today's the anniversary. I don't know.
today's the anniversary. Wow. Well,
So,
happy degree anniversary.
so.
Um, yeah, we actually, did you walk?
No, I did. This is a whole long story. I'm not going to get
Oh,
into
okay.
it. No, I didn't.
Totally fine. Totally fine. Totally fine.
It's like
Um,
it'll be like a 15-minute story that isn't
uh,
really that interesting to
I
anybody
got
other
you.
than
I got you. I got you.
me.
Um, but yeah, we went to Point Park University. I studied theater. Rich was in the film department. Um, and yeah, I went to Point Park to study acting, to further study and train into acting. But I always knew that I wanted to get into film. And I was so thankful because Rich is one of the main people that have helped me to pretty much complete my acting reel. He was involved, so Rich it will forever be somebody that I pretty much all the films that were in my acting reel at one point. Rich was either the director of photography or the writer of said script, or I hold close to my heart because he helped me become the actor or contributed to the actor I am today. Whether he looks at it that way, I do. So I just want to say thank you for that, man. Uh,
I do not
you've
look at it that
helped
way.
more than you know. You've
I
helped
do
more
not
than
look at
you
it
know,
that
my
way,
brother.
man. You're very talented. So your talent, you would have got there with or without me. So please.
I'm humbled. I'm humbled, man. Um,
Me too, man. I'm just trying, like,
yeah,
as far as the stuff we got to make, like, just just trying to do cool stuff that we hadn't really seen
yeah.
before, and trying to just do the best we can and go with the best actors. And you were always like at the top of the list of people that we wanted to
Mm,
like go to. So
wow. What got you to film, into the film business?
well, what got me into film was like I was saying about my mom before. I was kind of raised by a single mother. Um, so I was what you would call a latchkey kid. So like I would get home before she got home from work. I would let myself in and kind of just be home during the
Mm,
day, or out, whatever. But we used to go to like the video store every week, which I don't. The video store days are like my favorite thing ever. I miss them so much, even though I know they're
yeah.
completely impractical. Anyways, so normally we would go, during the week, and she would let me pick out like two or three like $1 movies, like the cheap rentals, like no new releases. That was too much.
Mm,
And so like yeah, once a week we would go grab a couple movies, and then I would come home, and then I'd end up like watching those, and then that just kind of became like a routine of like something I did, and then I ended up seeing like just so much stuff, like weird random stuff. Like I got into like horror movies at a really young age, so grabbing just things with goofy covers, or things that I were like, oh, this looks kind of neat, like started
yeah.
finding all the crazy stuff. And then I had friends who were also kind of into movies, and we would do like backyard movies and stuff. Nothing out of the ordinary that like anybody else hasn't done. So, but eventually I went to oh, I'm sorry, got a little bit of a burping. Sorry.
Got that's so good.
Uh, Eventually, after high school, I ended up going to be a boilermaker and welding for a
Mm,
certain amount of time, and it just really wasn't for me. It's not like it was like one of those days I woke up and I'm like, is this like really what I want to do for the rest of my life? And it was good
yeah.
money and everything, but it was just kind of unfulfilling. And I kind of sat and thought about it and said, you know, what have I always wanted to do, and make movies. So I thought, well, F it, I'll go to Point Park Film School because I heard it was good. I had known like one other person that went there. It seemed like cool school. Like they had the equipment and all that stuff. So yeah, that was kind of like the impetus to go into film school, and then getting into the business, I guess. Uh, I'm a union electrician for IATSE right now, so I got into that just by meeting someone at Point Park who used to be in the union, and then
Yeah.
he kind of gave me a reference, and then I kind of fell in through that, and I've been doing that for three, maybe 4 years now.
Okay.
So that's
Wow.
kind of how I got into film, and then that's how I got into film, like
Got you.
at least professionally, and then I still, like I said, I do freelance stuff on the side. Um, Try to do like narrative, like music videos, corporate commercials,
Hmm.
real estate, really anything that pays the bills, like I said,
Yeah.
and like allows me the opportunity to be creative.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course. There's some parallels in our story. I mean, the reason why I got into acting was mainly due to the fact that I come from a movie watching family, you know,
Yeah,
and it was ritual every Friday, Friday or Saturday or whatever. My dad would bring home like a stack of movies from
yeah.
Blockbuster, or at the time in Middletown it was called what was it called?
We had Hollywood. We had Hollywood
I
Video.
forget. Hollywood Video. We had oh man, I'm forgetting. But anyway, he would bring the DVDs home, and we would pick. It was like a kind of like, from what I remember, it was like majority rules over, which movie we watched out of the group of movies he brought home.
Yeah,
And after watching them, Rich, like I looked forward to going to sleep, because I would then dream about what it was that I watched.
yeah,
And that was the fun part. Every time watching those movies, I was just like, oh my God, like I want to be, I want to do that, you know?
yeah.
But it
See,
wasn't until,
I would
yeah.
say I had like almost a problem because if you remember, like at least at Hollywood, they had like the year and then like the director on it, so I would like memorize
Mm,
all that crap, and I would be
wow.
like, this is impressive. Watch to be like, I'm like a 10-year old. I'm like, ask me who made Pulp Fiction and what year.
Oh,
You
that's
know what I mean?
dope.
I
Yeah,
guess it's
that's
just
so
like
dope, man.
I just fell into it. Too hard, I guess, or whatever. Too hard. I just fell into it very hard.
Yeah, I mean, same. It wasn't until my eighth grade year of middle school that it sparked that
Yeah.
I want to take this serious. I want to become an actor.
What did that start
And
with? Did you do like a play or a musical or?
I started in church. I was doing plays in church,
Oh,
and yeah, man, and I remember being on the stage, and I felt really good. I felt like I belong up here, man. Like I felt like, yeah, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Like this feels good, you know. So that kind of kickstarted it, along with watching all the movies and things like that. And then, yeah, I went to my dad, and I said, I want to become an actor. And he told me, okay, well, you got to get training. You got to get training. So now the next step is to find where you can get said training. And shout out to my beloved teacher, Miss A. We called her Miss A at MLT Charter. I went back to her the next day and said, I want to become an actor. And she said, all right, let's do some research of where we can go. And she helped me find the high school that I would have then graduated from, and majored in theater arts and acting as well.
so you went to like a performing arts high school?
Yeah, I went to a performing arts high school, and then after that came to Point Park.
Now, what's that? Is that different than like regular high school? I mean, I don't. Did you go to a regular high school as well, or you went strictly
So
performing arts?
it's this is totally funny. I never been asked this, but to answer your question, this was around the time that Step Up was really big.
Okay.
The
Yeah,
dance
yeah.
move.
Dance moves.
So I was watching from my eighth grade year to going into high school. I was watching Step Up. So that was like, oh my God, like this is what school, the art school is going to be like. I didn't see him take not one academic class in Step Up. So I'm thinking I'm going to this school where it's just art classes. It's just I get to focus on my acting. There's no academics.
And sounds like a dream.
Right? That's what was preparing myself for.
Not the case though. Huh?
Not the case at all. Not the case at all. I had like one or two classes that focused on my acting, but when freshman year, it was like one class focused on my acting. But by my senior year, I had like 5 classes, or that's a little sarcastic. I had vocal, musical theater, advanced, and so yeah, 4 classes that focused on my acting, and the others were my academics. So as I got higher and got older in high school, that's when I started to really have more training offered for my said craft. But the way that it's different from high school and college is when I got to college my freshman year, my acting professor, John Amplis, shout out to John Amplis, he said, forget what you learned in high school. We're starting from scratch.
John Amplis, I think I worked with him.
You probably have. You probably have.
Did he have anything to do with the Romero movies? The George Romero?
Was that the, I believe so. Was that the Night of the Living Dead or something like? Yeah. He starred in that. He starred in Martin. He starred in John Amplis is pretty, that's he's one of my goats, man. Like
then I did work with him. I
yeah.
Was he? I
You probably have, man.
I don't know. I worked with quite a few of the people that worked on like the Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead movies. So
yeah,
that's been one thing that I thought that's been pretty cool about being in Pittsburgh so far.
Yeah, man. So that blew my mind, man. When, coming into college, he literally, and it was textbook work. You know what I'm saying? He sat us down. He had us note and this is I'm so old school, man. And this is what I love. So I love just like you love film. I love talking about acting. And he had the chalkboard, and he wrote. It was tons of notes of the fundamentals. You know what I mean? And I loved it. I was like, though I ain't gonna lie. When he said, forget everything you learned in high school, I was like, wait, what? I was like, but he took us back to the fundamentals. He took us back to ground zero and got us and built us, back up. So in that sense, yes, it is different.
Personally, I'm a big fan of like the craft of acting as well. I can't do it. I don't know how you do it. It's so hard, and so whatever. I don't want to, but I love the craft of it, and I love learning about like actors' process and stuff like that, because I think really, as a filmmaker, it benefits you to know those things and know where actors are coming from and where their what their process is and where they're coming from like emotional places. And I know there's like however many different kind of like methods of acting. Did you learn like a specific one, or was it like you have one that you kind of gravitated towards, or?
Yeah. So it's funny because I was just asked this the other day. So there were different methods in college. Chekhov.
Were they just trying to give you like kind of a base overview of all of them, just to kind of give you some like
definitely. Yeah, definitely. Like I was hip to a lot of methods going into college. In high school, I read about Konstantin Stanislavski. He was the founder of the method. The method acting.
Yeah, Stanislavski.
Yeah. Huh?
Is that the emotional callback?
Yeah, and totally immersing yourself within the character, becoming like intertwining, what I mean? And I loved it. Like I thought that's what acting was. Like that's what acting was. In college, I learned so many different methods from, the method Chekhov, Suzuki method, Meisner, bro. Even yoga is a movement that is so healthy to actors. You know what I mean? Because of learning how to focus on the breath,
Yeah.
opening up. You know what I'm saying? And that, so yeah, college was way different than high school.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I just never knew that yoga would have been one of the training points. Um, but yeah,
Yeah, I can
yeah,
imagine. It's
man,
very
yeah.
physical. It's very physical too, you know.
Coffee Crew, hey, I know that was a short episode, but we had to cut it short due to sudden malfunctions. But I at least wanted to make sure I got something out to you guys. So if you lasted for the full 30 minutes, I really, truly appreciate it. But Coffee Crew, if you want more, stay tuned for the next episode. All right. Oh, and bring coffee. I guess. See you soon.